Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to set the stage. I have 2 points of opposition, and one is really more practical and one is really more philosophical. But on the first point, this whole idea of the current staffing shortage that's going on in this country, and Mr. President, I heard you a minute ago, but this is absolutely germane to the bill. I talked to a friend of mine who's a doctor just last week. They've got plenty of monoclonal antibody bags, the Regeneron bags. They don't have the nurses to put them in arms. You lose another 10 or 15% of your nursing staff because of this bill, where do we go? Schools. You lose 10 to 15% of your schools, particularly in downstate schools, you lose your teachers. Where do we go at that point as a society? Police. Chicago. How many cops are you willing to lose up there? How much more crime do you want? Say the same thing about New York City. Fire. And this is not hypothetical or theoretical. I talked to the head of an ambulance department in my area today. Says this thing passes by this time next week, the whole ambulance service shuts down. You know why? Not because they don't worry about COVID or don't believe it's real. They've all had it. They've already had it. Every one of them's had it. They're not going to get vaccinated, so they're going to go on. And let me just say that last part. They've already had it. So if you lose 10 to 15, and look, first of all, look, over half the Illinoisans have already got the vaccine, and that's their choice. In fact, I'm one of them. You know what? That was my choice. I said, hey, I'm close to 50 to 40, slightly overweight. Maybe I ought to get the vaccine. Because you know what? As a rational choice, it made sense for me to get vaccinated. So I did. Countless senior citizens have been vaccinated. Millions of Illinoisans have been vaccinated. But some haven't, and that's their choice. That's their choice. And the staffing shortage, and respectfully, Mr. President, you said DOC has nothing to do with that. I disagree. I picked up the first couple pages off the stack of 54,000 Illinoisans who said they're against this bill. What's in here? Oh, IDOC, correctional officer. Kendall County Sheriff's Office. Here's one, IDOC correctional officer. Quincy Public Schools, North Clay Unit 25, that's probably Bailey. West Central District, no idea. Housewife. You got 54,000 Illinoisans who have stood up and said, don't do this. I've been here for 19 years. I have never seen 500, let alone 54,000 citizens say, don't do this to me. 54,000 people. And don't all of you over there say, oh, it's bots. Bots? Correctional officers, firefighters, sheriffs, read them. How do I operate a nursing home on 75% capacity? Child care centers, thank you. Corrections, jails, fire, police. And why? Why are these people opposed? That's their choice. It's none of my business. I made my decision for me, based upon my state and life. And this is the philosophical part. The philosophical part is the government should not be substituting its judgment for the citizen's judgment. Now, this used to be commonplace. In fact, the last time, now listen up, wait for it, listen up. The last time the Healthcare Right of Conscience Act was amended, in what year, 1997? Last time it was expanded, in 1997, expanded. Then State Senator Barack Obama voted for it. This didn't used to even be a matter of discussion because people respected the fact that if you have a deeply held religious, philosophical, moral belief that the Constitution is free exercise of religion, not freedom from religion. And now the government is saying, we don't care what you think. We don't care because we know better than you. We're smarter than you. We're just going to tell you what to think. Why do you think there's 55,000 people that file the thing? Because they don't want to be told what to think. They simply don't want to be told what to think. Now, folks, we don't have to do this today. And I would point out while we're here, we've had 20 months to come together as a legislature and try to craft policy to deal with this pandemic, sensible policy that advances safety. But the first time we've done it in 20 months is to tell the one guy who's been telling us all and ruling from on high the whole time, when nobody was down here, too afraid to say anything to him, the one guy who's been making all the rules, the first time we act is to give him more power? I'll tell you what. Government has no business substituting its judgment, your judgment, my judgment, anybody's judgment for the judgment of these people. The people who want to get vaccinated have been vaccinated. Monoclonal therapeutics are here. Get them out there. Get them out there. But you do this, there's no walking back from this. This is freedom and liberty and what the United States of America was about. And it was about us realizing that our fellow man or woman is smart enough to make up their own minds based upon their own circumstances, in their own homes, and with the medical advice of their own doctors. This is not any of that. Vote no.